All right. Hello, hello, hello again. Welcome to the second semifinal match. We got Strump versus Dodgy today. And joining me today is Sai. How's it going, Sai?
Hello, I'm doing well, and thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. Excited for this matchup today, Dodgy versus Strump.
Yeah. This should be a good one. They played once before in the Swiss actually, and Strump got the better of him. These playoff matchups were rolled at random, so there was a chance of somebody playing someone they have already played before, and here we are. That game in particular, Dodgy had a bit of a crumble at the start of the game, so hopefully he can get off to a little bit better of a start this time, and we can have a real nice one on our hands today. Um, other than that, Strump has beaten Rambler, who was a beast this tournament. Had some of the best games. Any Rambler game that you watch on the YouTube will be an absolute banger. And he also beat Gray, who was kind of looking hot in the mid part of the tournament. And he can also boast one of the fastest bingos of the event. I'd kind of characterized his play style as aggressive in the early game, really clean boss fights, but Sai, I think you are more familiar with Strump than I am. What would you say?
I think Strump is a player who is very mechanically gifted, and so he literally has the freedom to just explore whatever idea he has. I don't see him fitting into a particular mold. He'll take a majority game, he'll take a bingo line. Like he has options, and I think it's just going to depend on the board for him. But he definitely likes doing a lot of kill squares and playing synergy plays as well. So I think it'll be an interesting matchup for Dodgy.
Yeah,
Obviously,
we'll
Dodgy's
see
a
what
very
we get.
experienced player and has coached me a couple of times, so I know he's very familiar with the game too. It's not going to be easy for Strump.
Yeah, I would say that maybe Dodgy's had the shakiest performance of any top four player this tournament. He's beaten Champion Career in a really commanding win, I would say. Who and Champion is a great competitor, so that was probably his most convincing claim to fame for this tournament. He also beat Elash, who we saw yesterday. But he did drop games to Strump and Champa. He was an exhibitionist in the Champa game, so it didn't count against him. But he has a little bit to prove here. He is one of our fastest players. He's really good at identifying synergies on the board, but he can be a little chaotic. Sometimes he runs a little too fast for his shoes and kind of stumbles over himself sometimes. You'll actually notice in the in-game log, he'll be marking squares as Hoppy, which is his alter ego, which kind of takes over when he's feeling a little stressed. You'll see a bit more jump attacks and a few less rolls when there need to be rolls. But anyway, with the table setting out of the way, we can get around to starting the match and revealing the board. We're going to have, yet again, custom center squares for every single game of these playoffs. Uh, if you had to guess, Sai, what is a center square that you think we could see at some point?
These are all custom center squares, right?
They are.
So let me think about this. I don't know. I'm so bad at imagining like
It's all good. I
new
was just curious if there
squares.
was one that you were like really fiending to see or something. But if you don't have anything, I won't make you think of one on the spot. That would be mean.
I want to, but I'm just drawing a blank.
All right. If you come
Well,
up
the
with one
last
during the
custom
match, you
square
can shout one
was
out.
kill the rolling giant lightning ram with a consumable, right?
Yes, consumables only.
Okay, I'm gonna go in the same line of thinking here, but instead of a consumable with a damage causing tool, any boss, kill a boss with a tool. So like
Okay. Okay.
the oil of Renah or Bondstone or the Omen Baron, something along those lines.
All right.
That's my
Let's
guess.
see. All right. So we are ready to move into the game. Say if you can confirm with our players that they're ready to go, and then feel free to start the match as soon as they are.
And we are starting the match again, Jack.
Oh shit. Okay. All right, I think I'm set for that. All right, here we go. All right, new board. Let's go.
Wonderful.
Nothing to see here, folks. Um, Shame to retire that square. I was looking forward to that one. This is a very different type of center square. This one is Kill Remembrance Boss wearing only Datakar's Woe Talisman. So this means that the only talisman you can wear is Datakar's Woe. Datakar's Woe that gives you no benefits, but makes you take double damage. So this is going to be quite risky. It is only one remembrance. We've played around before with like kill 3, kill 2 or something, and that kind of pushes the square into the late game where players are a bit more skidooed up. They're a bit more ready. And also there was not the requirement that it was only Datakar's Woe. So what players would do is put on Ritual Shield to really soak that damage to make sure that they weren't going to get one shot. I don't know exactly how tanky they'll need to be to have a clean fight and survive a hit or two throughout the fight, but this is something that these guys are not going to be ready for, I don't think. It also will potentially cause problems with damage because backhand blades won't be able to make use of Rotten Wing Sword insignia, and Great Katana players won't be able to make use of Alexander Shard.
I like this as a square. It makes the fight dangerous. First of all, you take double damage, and makes the fight longer because you're doing less damage. So
You got to be tight in a high pressure situation as well. You got to perform.
absolutely,
All
it's one
right.
mistake you can get true comboed, and you're restarting the fight. So I think this is something I would save for once I get some Skidoo blessing levels.
Maybe, but there's some power to this square. There's Dupe Remembrance, there's Kill Mesmer. Depending on how confident you're feeling, this could bring a lot of power if you kind of expedite it. I don't know that you really want to be sitting on this too terribly long, because your opponent can just take it away from you. There is this Remembrance after 3 deflect counters, which people like to do on Rolana, so if somebody wanted to try and force Rolana a little early, they might be kind of foregoing that square in a sense. I do not remember if Gaius Pants is on this board. I do not see it. But there is some back section, so you could potentially save the deflects for Gaius in that case. But yeah, what else do you see on this board, Sai?
I see we have Drain the Water in Church District as a diagonal square. As a corner square, top left, row 1, column 1. Also acquire 3 DLC shields, which is easiest done going back section. So there's some synergy there, and that would give you 2 squares in a line.
Yeah, we could definitely
There's
see a
also
base Rao play come out. There's the 2 Kindred Cookbooks Legend Ash two-handed sword combo. All of that is in kind of a line out in base Rao. The Legend Ash being really important for that top left diagonal that you were pointing out, and then the cookbooks and
right.
the two-handed sword forming that column 2 with the shields as well. So all of that could be quite powerful.
Yeah, there's also Verdigris Discus, Dryleaf Dane in the duel. Those are proximally related. Uh, Dane is a decent rush square. It's also on a diagonal.
All right, if this fog wall
There's a-
doesn't drop, I'm just gonna lose my goddamn shit. I just
Yo, dude, you gotta think of your blood pressure, man. You gotta have faith, confidence here.
sending good digital vibes. Rages in chat.
Come on, Fogwall.
All right. Here we
Both of them
go.
eyeing Scorched
Hey,
Ruin.
semifinal game number 2 underway. Let's go.
Let's go. So one
Ah,
difference between these two players right now. Dodgy said it tonight, while Strump didn't.
that is true. They both appear to be eyeing up that base Rao play, but
And both
there is just a
opting
lot in
to
Shadow Altus, so it could be any number of things, to be honest.
right. They're both foregoing the Scorched Ruin's grace, and
Very
both of your
common when
weapons
rushing
are
this.
in this area. So either of them are opting for some collection square to start the game.
Yeah, this should very likely be just a straight up race between these two on this base row idea. Here they go. Let's see who has the cleaner gravestone. Neck and neck. Okay, Strump got a
Strump
little
gets
turned around.
the landing on top of the second tombstone, which always disorients me when I'm doing this skip.
All right, Dodgy off to a couple seconds head start. When you do encounter skip issues, it's not uncommon to kind of bail on the first square in the set of squares that you're racing, in this case foregoing Kindred cookbooks, and just running straight for that Legend Ash into two-handed sword talisman. You get the coverage on the diagonal, start to block out that column 2, and then if you wanted to do Drain, then row 1 kind of starts building a little bit. But we'll see if Strump makes those kinds of adaptations. Just given a little bit of a hiccup, there's still plenty that could go wrong on this route.
So, which weapon are you favoring, or which weapon would you favor for this match? Because
Oh,
sometimes it's
Dodgy
hard for me
fails
to
TLE
know.
skip. Oh, that's a big problem. Okay, so Strump is gonna have all that lead made up for this quit out. He's taking a very safe route down this TLE escape. Does need to heal the horse.
Fortunately, Dodgy does get the quit out, so he doesn't die.
Oh, he screws it up again. Oh, my Dodgy, no.
That can't be a curse, right? That's not a curse counter.
Nah, nah, nah. That would
Okay,
be
good.
if I was like, surely he's got this TLE skip in the bag, then
Yeah.
that would be a curse. But yeah, he just needs to slow down a little bit. Oh, it could
The
be the
honestly,
darkness of his night is kind of a little oppressive.
exactly. Like at night, this skip is so much harder for some reason. Like
Yeah.
the first jump is like impossible to see where you're supposed to land.
So
Yeah,
we'll
this gives
see. I do
Strump
kind of
quite a
believe that
lead.
Dodgy is going to make those changes and skip the Kindred cookbooks and go straight for the Legend Ash. Uh, his issue on that skip was substantial, so it might be not even enough. We'll have to see how they line up with who touches more through Ruin's Grace first.
Right. Yeah, the first Kindred cookbook is not far enough out of the way for that.
It is a
Like
bit of
Strump
a
could still get
detour,
both
but
squares
yeah.
potentially.
Yeah, Strump already
And
passing the dragon. Dodgy not even at reprimand yet. Okay, skipping the grace. So he's still looking like he's committing to something in base row, I would have to guess. But Dodgy is a bit of a momentum-based player, so when these kinds of little things go wrong for him, I get worried. I get quite worried. But he's keeping his head in the game. He's going right past the dragon. He will be able to contest the rest of this base row play. He could even skip the second cookbook, just if he's 100% convinced that Strump is going for this. And because a common thing is to grab that second cookbook and then see what your opponent does, but given the strength of this play, it's very likely that Strump is just full sending this. So if you just forego that
yeah,
second cookbook as well, then you make up even more time with a tighter line around the corner to base row.
well, the Dodgy's actually ahead of Strump on the Mortharuin's Grace. So
Only barely, though. Tightness of
yeah,
lines will make
at
a
this
difference
point,
here. Oh, he
well,
hits a little bit of the corner.
Strump is like gonna go if Dodgy decides to try to pick up this Kindred cookbook over here, then it's gonna stay as a race. But if he skipped the first Kindred cookbook, I see him as just foregoing the cookbook race and going right for the legendary Ash.
It depends. Say has advocated a few times to just grab the second cookbook and go, but like given just how tight they are right now, like if Dodgy grabs this cookbook, okay, he's not. He's going straight. Okay.
Right. Which is the right decision in this place
Yeah.
because
So
of
he'll
the
salvage this start with this adaptation. Very nice. And one thing that we didn't also point out is that there is a drop down from two-handed sword to two-headed turtle talisman via the gravestones towards Chief Bloodfiend. So if he beats him to that one as well, then he might have another square to his name out of this deal.
yeah,
But whether he
I think
wins the two-handed sword talisman will kind of depend on where Strump is at when the Legend Ash is marked, because we've seen players be able to avoid that Spirit Spring or use that Spirit Spring to just catapult past the Legend Ash, and while the other player has to dismount from that cliff, the other player overtakes them for the sword. So it's all going to come
Right.
down to how these players are positioned when that next square gets marked.
This is kind of funny, but the Tiolier skip issues kind of, in my opinion, pushed Dodgy into going for a better square.
Potentially.
Like,
Potentially. I mean, if Strump sees that Dodgy is likely going to beat him to Legend Ash, he could forego Legend Ash himself and grab the Turtle Talisman. Oh, that was interesting. Torrent nearly dies, but is that like 1 HP?
1 HP in a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, like two-handed sword talisman is good for Strump too, because it would be building column 2.
Yeah, it really would. There's definitely an argument for just skipping the Legend Ash here, and if it's still there, cool.
Yeah.
So
I
Dodgy's
think
definitely going to
Strump
win this.
has
Where is
to
Strump going to be? Is he going to be on the
assume.
cliff yet? It's pretty
I think Strump has
important.
to assume they're racing, right?
Okay,
So
Strump is probably going to get the sword because he's not even going to be in the air yet, so Dodgy's going to have to dismount. Strump can make the adjustment, just run around the corner. And Dodgy will get sniped on this, it seems.
yeah, one of the interesting dynamics of Bingo, from my perspective, is
Oh, and he
oh
dies,
my
leaving all of his
gosh.
money in base row with no grace. Just a little impatient on that drop down. Didn't quite settle. He hit the top of the cliff just a little bit before hitting the lower part of the ledge, and given the fun gravity physics of Elden Ring, it probably assumed that his last safe position was on top rather than on the ledge that he wanted to be on. So he's going to lose out on Turtle Talisman and Two-Handed Sword Talisman, but he will go and drain the water here. And actually, it might be a bit of a blessing because he's going to start building this top left diagonal, and this 50k rune in back section will make up all the money he's lost, and he could potentially eye up that early Rolana or early Mesmer with the Datakar's Woe Talisman, which could be a really dangerous diagonal.
This also gives him priority on 3 DLC shields, which would be he would want for his column 2 block,
100%, yeah.
as well as his diagonal line. So
Yeah, there are two very accessible shields in Shadowkeep back section, so whoever makes it there first will typically be able to claim shields, and the drain will signal that to Strump. Okay, so Strump is kind of letting Dodgy grab the two-headed turtle if he wishes, and is now going to chase him on back section. But this did take a bit of time from Strump, so he will be quite far behind, and Dodgy should have enough time to drain the water and beat him to back section Grace, I think. Dodgy grabbing a Grace here. Uh-oh.
pivoting.
Why would he... Oh, Lord. If he loses drain
Is
here,
he?
then his threat on the diagonal is completely gone, and then there's a row 2 developing, or row 1 developing. This is a big choice from Dodgy. I
Yeah.
don't know about this, to be honest. He might have time to just grab Morthruin's Grace, port back to the Grace across the bridge, and still beat Strump. But he might also be in combat because it's daylight running through Scorched Ruins. He might need to quit out, which would give Strump the edge. This is a very scary decision. He did
I
see
think
the
his
mark. He knows
idea
that Strump
is,
spent a little bit more time in base route than he did. He might think he has this time, but I feel like getting the back
yeah.
section Grace itself progress was... Oh, he's going all the way for the weapon? Oh,
I
what?
think he's eyeballing Dane right now.
He could
Row
be. He could be.
4.
The row 4 is not amazing because Strump can grab the drain the water in the district back section Grace and then drop down through back section to grab the Lord's Bestowal Talisman for the block, and then he's got the better map and has removed Dodgy's threat. I don't know about this
Also,
decision, man.
Dodgy lost his money in Rao base, so setting up the weapon. He
That's
did
a
pick up the
Yeah.
12 and
He
a half
doesn't
thousand
have
runes.
yeah. It is almost enough to upgrade the backhand blades. He didn't grab
Yeah.
the money in Scorch Ruins. He's not gonna. He doesn't have Reprimand for that money. He didn't grab the obviously he's not going Church District, so he's not gonna have that 50k. Oh, he didn't. Okay. Oh man. Oh, he's going back to get sniped.
Yeah. So
Mmm.
as I was saying earlier, like one of the things that I like about this dynamic of bingo is this just concept of information exchange that comes from marking squares. And when an opponent marks a square, that tells you where they've been on the map, and so you're attempting to juggle, your building your map progression based off of knowing where they are. And I think Dodgy kind of overextended his priority on back section here by going to get his weapon first. I think
Yeah, definitely.
maybe
But it's just like I don't
maybe
know what
he's
he's planning to do with this weapon, particularly without the back section money. Like maybe he thought Strump was gonna drop down for the two-headed turtle and was like, I have tons of time. He's gonna do this.
he also might just be splitting progress between like back section and dry leaf Dane because he doesn't know because he did die and that takes time. Strump got two-handed sword talisman and he hasn't marked two-headed turtle talisman yet, so he's very likely going back section right now. He's probably thinking like I need to either get shields or Dane, and he's kind of double prepping both of them on his way to back section.
Maybe he had the drain in the bag though, and based on the timing that
Yeah,
Kindred Cookbooks was marked, Strump definitely did not grab Scorched Ruins because if you grab Scorched Ruins, it's more like 540 or something that Kindred Cookbooks would be marked. So Dodgy knows for a fact that Strump doesn't have his weapon. So like
true.
I just don't see the play.
Another enjoyer of the no look back jump. Strump just full sends it without checking to see if
I
the
think he
Fire
did
Knight's
check.
shooting
He took a little
fireball
bit
at
of a
him.
look.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I've done
keyboard
the
mouse
no
is
look.
very fast pivot, you know.
True. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Strump is a keyboard and mouse player.
Yep. Skips the 50k in an effort to win Drain. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I used to just round the corner and jump and just pray. And when you get hit with one fireball and land in the insta death water, you change your ways really quickly. I'm always paranoid of that Fire Knight now. Yeah, Strump getting drained the water. Uh,
Yeah, and
Building row
Dodgy's not
one,
even
getting
in a great position to beat him to back section itself, so like he doesn't necessarily even have prio on the shields. He might have a little bit. Whoa!
what?
He just
Okay, I
died of
have
fall
not seen
damage?
that. That's crazy.
Well, Dodgy needed something like that to happen to start to catch up on
Yeah,
things. Dodgy
yeah, he
also
foregoes
skipping
the
the
money.
money. I guess he has 4k lying around somehow. So he has enough money to upgrade, but that 5k is really, or 50k is really valuable.
Yeah, he'll have enough to upgrade the backhand blades though with the 12K and this 5K that I guess an
He
enemy
will.
fell in the water.
But like, so what is he gonna do about this row one? Is he gonna go all the way to Tree Sentinel duo and just leave Strump with like all this Mesmer power? He has a long elevator ride to think about it. Strump gets another crack at the 50k.
Staring at two different bingo threats now
Strump
and losing a
just
very powerful line for himself.
yeah, and he of course doesn't know that Strump died dropping down from there. Okay, so he is going for the Lord's Bestowal Talisman. This is kind of a cool decision because it's not going to inform Strump that Dodgy is back section. So this could be a good bait. You were mentioning before using information on the board to know your opponent's map progress. This is a big deception play. Because it's totally reasonable that Dodgy got sniped on this two-handed sword talisman and Kindred Cookbooks thing. Strump sees that he was out there with the Legend Ash. He could have just been making up some map, grabbing his weapon, upgrading, and then having a hippo fight. So this
Right.
timing on the board is relatively convincing that he went frontside.
This could influence Strump to make a south play.
I think Strump is likely to kill Dane, I think is what his response is going to be, to block the row 2 and build his column 2. Because when Dodgy marks Lord's Bestowal, it's going to tell Strump that he's got some prio on Sword of Light and Dark. We can already see him
But if he
progressing
thinks he
towards
went
Letta's
frontside, he'll also
Grace.
have prio on hippos, right?
Yes, yes. Hippo's a bit less
For the column
relevant.
5.
Yeah, it's not the most exciting column, to be honest. But there is the other Hippo by the Deathrite Bird, which is out by Perfumed Oil. It's not actually that bad, I suppose, if... I mean, obviously Dodgy doesn't actually have the Hippo dead, so it's not a real threat, but Strump might
Right.
be inclined to take this moment to get the Vertiger's Discus, especially because it builds his row 1 as well, and he might think that he has Tree Sentinel duo all to himself, and that it'll then he just needs to do a straight rush to the Bellarat Tower Cross and bing bang boom bingo. But Dodgy does have that sneaky back section progress. And
Now
if
Strump
Dodgy...
is
Oh, sorry, go
very
ahead.
behind on the weapon.
Yeah, he is a bit behind on the weapon. Okay. If Dodgy does decide to go Tree Sentinel duo for the block on the row 1, it's a little hard because he still doesn't have access to a third shield, but it would put him within distance of Gaius for the center square, which could be nice. Okay, Dodgy's gonna kill Dane. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
That makes a
this
lot of
Dane
sense.
play is very smart in this situation.
Yeah.
Is going to put a big threat on the board.
Mm-hmm. And it might
Also
push
blocking column
Strump
2.
into south with the hearts because he is not going to be confident that he can beat Dodgy to the sword because, like, Dodgy has Hippo dead, the elevator's ready for him to go back down in his mind again.
Right.
And he could progress Rao at any time. It's a tough call to make to contest sword here. All right, a game of scary threats. Off to a hot start.
Yeah, I think I would like Discus after Dane for Dodgy.
Yeah, it would. I mean,
The
that
row
would
1.
definitely shove Strump all the way into south. The south is strong,
Yeah.
so it's not like the worst part of the map to be shoved into. It's just like this Mesmer dupe Datakar's woe combo. It like if it goes smoothly, it could come out with like a lot of squares really, really quick. And then you'd probably still have time to contest the south as well. But yeah, south has all kinds of stuff. Lamentation, Perfumed Oil, the second Hippo potentially, the Senesax Deathrite Bird,
Giant
Veil
Lightning
Egon,
Ram.
Dragon Hearts, Lightning Ram, a lot of stuff.
Yeah, South is very strong.
It's just a matter of when. Okay. Holy
That was
Lord,
insanely risky.
bro. Oh.
I can't believe you did that.
I don't even know how that didn't hit him. Somebody can
Wow.
explain it to me. All right, so there goes Dane. Morth Ruins itself. What is he doing out of Morth Ruins? Nothing. Teleporting.
Now he goes
That could
south.
have been a nice opportunity for Discus because he would have the jump potentially. I don't know. It's hard to know whether you sniped him or not. Okay, he's going for it now.
Yep.
Strump going
Very
south.
smart.
Okay. So Strump feels forced into this for the block. Again, still not a bad play, but it is a little early in the game to be doing the Dragon Hearts, and he's only claimed one square in back section. And because Dodgy grabbed Lord's Bestowal, again, Strump doesn't know he has back section, and they're currently sitting at one Shadowkeep square apiece. So the value for Strump is not yet there by having beat Dodgy to back section. And this block for Dodgy is way faster than this block is for Strump. But it is no map. Like, he's just kind of throwing away all this time for this one square, whereas Strump is getting in position for several squares. It's going to depend, I think, how Dodgy treats this remembrance synergy.
Yeah.
Jack left the lobby. Hilarious.
I'm hearing reports that Jack has left the lobby.
All right, we're back. We're back. But we did lose the log, unfortunately. Man, it was like it was gone. Everything was just fine for a while, and now it's disconnecting again.
I noticed some people have this problem with the.
Dodgy?
Wow. Okay, you can survive that.
Huh.
Some people just get disconnected from boards a lot.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jack is a serial board disconnector. I don't know why he does it.
Nope. Oh, and now Strump is going for the discus. He sees this as a good opportunity for him, and now he's going to get sniped.
That's going to be a tough snipe.
Yeah, it's potentially... He could grab Rolana's Grace here. Oh, no, he is choosing to...
Yeah.
Yeah, no, okay, he's just going to be wasting time.
I think it's too late to make this decision if you are rushing towards south. He went and got the ADM Grace.
Okay, so what
And there,
now?
Dodgy
Now,
gets the
now
mark.
he
So
has to go south. This column 5 in his mind is probably terrifying. In which case, he's not gonna know whether he should be doing hearts or whether he should be doing like the perfumed oil. It's like this is really, really a nice strategic approach from Dodgy. He's pulled this game back in a big way purely through strategy.
and the
And now
the
he's
funny
going
thing is
south.
the he used his like deaths and the skip kind of mistakes to his advantage, just with the square timings. Because now Strump, like it's hard to say. Like Dodgy could be in a position to just pull away with column 5, or and also like Sword of Light and Darkness. Row 4 is just very dangerous. Like
Yeah, definitely. And there's still this power and back section that neither of these players are gonna choose to explore for a bit. I feel like Dodgy should know that he has forced Strump into south here. He's probably just looking to contest. Like, yeah, I'm happy to send you south, but I want to get some of that value as well. I don't want to leave you here alone to just soak all this up. I'm gonna come and see what I can take away from you. The top
so
right
he skipped the
diagonal.
Grace.
Oh, jeez, takes a big shot from ADM. Okay, patient on
He
the
skipped
roll.
the Grace. Do you think he gets the Dragon Heart on the way down, or
Uh, this is a good question. Last game had the dragon bosses with overworld boss synergy. Sometimes boards that get re-rolled can stick in your head, so maybe he's thinking that Jagged Peak Drake is the way. Or maybe he just doesn't give a damn. He's like, alright, I sent Strump to this, it's fine, I don't care. I'm gonna go for, what? Pate? Probably? Pate
does Bale
Rana, just like
count
run out that way.
as a remembrance boss?
Does what now?
Does Bale count as a remembrance
Bale
boss?
does. I do not think you want to data card Bale though. You could.
Right.
You could. That would be just like, I mean, just give him the tournament crown at that point. Like data card Bale. Holy
Right.
shit.
Yeah. You've actually won the finals.
Yeah. Sorry,
Congratulations.
Lokai.
Sorry, Loka. You've been out bad guide. The Shrimpy Ash of War.
So Strump does get through first, so he's gonna get his choice of which square he wants to win. It's probably either, it's probably hearts. I can't imagine, because like that row 4 has got to be a bigger threat. I think you're in the neighborhood to contest the column 5 just by virtue of being here. He may grab like Florisax's Grace so that when he starts to see something go one way, he can adapt. Like if Dragon Hearts goes the way of Dodgy, he can potentially. Oh god, he might just have to send these Dragon Hearts. It's a little scary. If Dodgy had done like any prep towards the sword, like one Grace down in the Frenzy, and then started killing the Magma Worm, because Strump is foregoing the Magma Worm. He's foregoing all of it, actually. He sees the column 5 as more of a threat.
Yeah.
But Strump can go back at any time for the Magma Worm. He does have Dragon Pit Grace upstairs, so Dodgy does not, so he will not have access to that. But he does have access to 3-Path, which does have the Ghost Flame, which can be a bit stallier, but the more and more juice that he gets, the less it'll be a problem. Dodgy also looking to get out the direction of Lamenter and Karos. Didn't do a talisman buy, didn't sit to refresh his physics, so he's not eyeing up these dragons just yet.
Yeah, both players not prioritizing Dragon Hearts is a little surprising to me because
I mean, Dodgy almost certainly thinks that's what Strump's doing. Strump, I think, is making a bit of a gamble here, trying to get out ahead
yeah,
and claim more of this. The darker Dodgy is, the more likely it is that he's probably chasing. So he wants to be in a position where he can get out ahead of Dodgy as much as possible. But yeah, if Dodgy did just send this line, it's kind of looking like he would just win at this point. But he is electing not to do so, which is probably smart because Strump might have the jump on whatever this south play is. delicious coffee during all this running. Shout out to coffee.
Love coffee.
Dodgy
Love
skipping
caffeine in general.
Lorisax's grace. There is no meta related content on this board. Makes sense. Strump also skipped it. Strump doing a
Dodgy
talisman
marks
buy. That makes
Lord
sense.
bestowal first.
Oh, they're responding to some chat questions.
Sorry, yeah.
Trying to think of what Say would be saying about cinema. Was it just Bale mentioned? Oh, yeah, Peyton, or not Peyton. Bale with data car cinema. Gotcha. I'm all caught up.
Yeah.
Okay, so Strump is now progressing Shadowkeep for the shields.
Shields.
Interesting.
Right.
Why shields? Why now?
What?
He's probably trying to set up a row 2
Sword of
counter
Light.
threat, potentially, would be my guess.
Oh, he's
going up. He's grabbing the other shields. I think this is how he does this run. Okay. But Dodgy, meanwhile, he's looking at that perfumed oil. Oh, man. Oh man, why did okay, so tell me why Strump is grabbing shields. It's got to be row 2, right? He just thinks he's ahead on south.
I think he's just like, I think Strump is just not wanting to be forced into any play, and he may be assuming that Dodgy didn't have any back section, and so he's thinking, oh, he's going to go back section now that he's built these threats, so I'm going to take the sting out of that a little bit. It's definitely a gamble.
Okay, he's going for Moonrathil's shield. He's definitely going in on this. But this row 2 is about to go away, and this shield square is going to be entirely meaningless.
Yeah, in this scenario, like, you got to take the bingo threats seriously. You got to deal with it, at least one.
Yeah,
of
these
them.
are
like going
legitimately terrifying threats, and he's giving Dodgy all the time in the world to set them up, and he sees nothing. So, setting up Rolana.
One of the things that I've learned in this tournament, and was like a talking point even of my last match against Elash, was when you get into a new area of the map, you want to at least claim a square there. Like,
yeah.
So
it depends if you want to communicate the information or not. But when there's threats on the line and you don't tell your opponent that you're dealing with them, like marking perfumed oil there or the dragon hearts or something would tell Dodgy that, like, hey, I'm in the process of dealing with this. Go do something else. I'm here. I'm cleaning it up. You got me. Like, I'm gonna take care of your threats. Sorry, Mr. Sir. But by being dark, he's kind of giving Dodgy permission to do whatever he wants to do, which is very, very dangerous.
Yeah, and the more squares that Dodgy gets, the less dangerous being sniped on one of them is.
Also, Data Car's Woe has been purchased.
Oh, I actually love to see this. He gets this square. Hey, Lamentation is very fast to get inside of the jail itself.
So Dodgy is going for the Sword of Light at this point. He'll have access to 2 hippos that are not Golden Hippo. He'll have access to the Rao Hippo and the Karos Hippo. So he can do that square in that way, but Strump already dealing with the Deathrite Bird. And then it'll be a Dragon Hearts race. Although I have to imagine that Dodgy's willing to let him have the hearts at that point. They can be slow, they can be stally, they can be unpredictable. Sometimes you could say that like that element of chaos might mean you just like randomly win. Like if his dragon is trollier than yours, you just win the game. Awesome, let's do it. But we will. Just on
I am not a fan of
Bird.
mounting Torrent when this attack happens.
Yeah, it can one-shot you if you get clipped by it. He also doesn't have his compass on, so he's not able to see which direction the star is going to be oriented.
One thing about Torrent is Torrent like just gets micro staggered and then dies, and then you fall down into the flames, and then you just die next.
Yeah, with
So
no
I always like,
iframes, exactly.
yeah, I always just dodge.
He's also doing this with lightning, which is a fair bit slower than holy. Getting some kind of nice RNG
Good
though.
stagger though.
Yep. Yeah, that riposte damage is not as good as it could be. But it's a very clean fight. Ooh. Micro curse?
Don't you dare,
into the
Jack.
fire?
Don't
Okay,
you dare,
he's
Jack.
fine, he's fine, he's fine, he's fine.
Stop.
It's not a curse unless he dies. No curse, no curse, no curse. No curse. Oh!
Oh!
Okay, just chug through it. Oh my god.
Holy shit. Oh my god.
Okay, he's fine.
He tanked it.
Woo.
He tanked it.
Curse avoided, curse
That
avoided.
was crazy.
It's fine.
Jack,
Everything
you
is
tried your
okay.
best to curse him. But he pulled it off.
Where is... Oh, Dodgy's going for the hippos.
Going to the hippo?
That's odd.
One hippo here is a very bizarre choice. I guess he's gonna do the Karo's Hidden Grave one.
Yeah, it's not as good as the sword is now at this point.
Right. Yeah, especially since that line has been blocked now. Like,
Row 5, it's not great, but it is something Dodgy would need to block for majority. Trump going for the Furnace Golem to push him into something in that line. Okay, okay. Oh!
good hippo fight.
Dodgy going for these hippos. It doesn't feel good anymore. It's kind of like the shields. He's kind of paying him the favor back a little bit. I feel like there's no way Strump is doing these hippos at this point because the line is blocked, so who cares?
I see. Yeah, he's
Log is
thinking
broken
of,
on stream. You are right.
I mean, this is a majority.
No luck for
right?
you.
Like he's just thinking to soak up the south squares, since he knows that Strump is here now.
Oh, actually, yeah, Say is right. It is just a scroll thing. There just needs to be more content than the log. Okay, Deathray Bird and... Or not Deathray Bird, Furnace Golem and kill ratio. Dodgy having fun
Not quite
with
dead.
Eels. Okay.
What are the odds we see the Dedicar's woe combined with perfect deflect counters?
I don't know. I don't know. It is possible. That does not prevent you from doing that.
Just it would be
They
kind
are
of,
easy to screw up, so you could just die.
yeah. You're intentionally getting hit, basically.
Yeah. Okay. What does he choose to do? Oh, he even
Be legendary.
leveled Faith on Strump. I wonder why he didn't. Oh my god, he's actually doing it.
He's doing it.
All right, all right.
My goat.
Let's see how this goes.
Oh no. Technically, you don't take damage with a successful perfect deflect,
true,
right?
it's true.
So
He's gonna have to be very careful with this, though. Yeah, very. Okay. Sneaky. One. Okay. Nice timings. Two.
wow, yeah.
You know, the perfect deflects,
three.
they do a lot of damage.
Oh.
It makes up a big difference of not having the talismans.
And it got the stagger. Just
Yeah.
3 deflects staggered Rolana.
Okay. Looking for
That is not an
fire.
attack you want to get caught in when you're taking double
Oh my god, he
damage.
jumped over the flame spout. He is on medium load. Okay, waits for the optional follow-up. Okay.
Very smart.
Yep. Glint Blade.
Oh,
One Glint Blade. Okay, that wasn't too much damage.
where's the stagger? Surely soon.
He's been doing a lot of R1s. I don't know if we're getting another stagger before Rolana's dead. Optional follow-up. It's okay. Okay.
See, this is
Moons.
what I've been
This
talking
is
about when
probably
I
it.
say Strump is mechanically gifted.
Yeah, he's cooking. And
He's
there's the
very
stagger.
good at this game. That was a beautiful fight and a double square
Insane.
for Strump.
Insane.
There's your cinema, say.
Wow. That was something. That was
Yeah.
something. See, you guys having the cojones to go for these center squares, they can be really powerful. And now Dodgy
Strump,
needs to get these dragon hearts, and I think he's gonna get sniped. Strump does have to fidget with his talismans and stuff again, but he doesn't have the
that was
Magma Worm on Dodgy. He's not going for it. He's going for the tower cross block. Okay.
Oh,
But now Dodgy is in a dangerous position on this row 5. Just never.
he did drain. Wait. No, I've got this wrong. Strump drained the water. Dodgy didn't. So yeah, it's gonna. He's gonna have to. He's gonna be pushed into bail. Like,
Where is
I'm
Dodgy
pretty
going?
sure
He's
he
not going for
skipped-
the tower cross.
I think he skipped the.
What is he doing up here? Oh, he's going for Blood Fiend's arm.
Blood
Okay.
Fiend's arm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he thinks he has a chance at this row 2, but Strump has a remembrance and back section progress. He can just dupe it. Like, what is...
Right. Trump also has 2 shields. I mean, not that Dodgy knows
I mean,
that.
the tower cross is kind of shit, so it's, like, not super exciting to go for.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think Dodgy was a bit too passive on these bingo lines or something. Like, there were kind of 3 ideas that he could do. He could either soak Shadow Keep and get this kind of Mesmer, Dupe, Datakar's Woe combo that Sai kind of just took from him. He could go south and, like, look to split progress on these bingo threats and hopefully convert them. And he just did, like, neither of those things. He just kind of killed 2 hippos and got some Rao progress. I'm not sure. Maybe, I mean... I feel like we should know by now that Strump is not afraid to do an early Deathrite Bird, so I don't think pushing him into that was, like, really a great plan?
Yeah.
Yeah, so now
Let's see
Strump's
how
just going to
Strump-
finish off the shields, and then this row is dead.
Yep.
And then, I mean, Dodgy still has his hidden back section progress. He can still go for Mesmer, Tree Sentinel duo, that kind of thing. But the shield's being gone. The shield's not being gone. Where are we going here? Finishing the hearts.
Change his mind.
Yeah, he's finishing
He's
the
gonna
hearts.
finish
Yeah.
out shields, but he decided for the Dragonheart's block
Yes.
instead.
And Dodgy
Which is the right move because he has a remembrance already. He can just dupe for blocking row 2.
Yeah. 100%. He will see, like, I mean, a little risky to wait to see Mesmer get marked before doing your dupe, because your opponent would get the drop on it. But if he thinks Dodgy went frontside and not backside, you could use Mesmer as a flag that's like, I need to dupe now, and unless he set up that progress...
He's going bail with Egon. So he's addressing row 5.
Yeah, but... Yeah.
Yeah. But he has no shot at Shadow Tree Avatar if Strump goes for it right now.
It's true. Shadow Tree Avatar is a long ways away. I don't know that Strump will be super excited about doing it strictly for the purpose of sending Dodgy to bail. I guess Strump doesn't know that Dodgy didn't go Elac River. Although, why would you? The ram is still there.
If you kill both of these dragons, do they both drop a heart?
No, I do not believe so. Don't think the second one drops anything.
The boss one.
The boss one does, 100%. Yeah.
So maybe he's just kind of looking at this like, all right, if you're not respecting my bingo, I'll go for the block while getting 1 dragon heart. I don't know. That might be part of the idea. Oh, he's splitting progress. He might be splitting progress on both of the row 5 squares. No, he's not.
Yeah, but Strump was just like always gonna do this Dragonheart square because he's
He's
south and you
he's
know it.
eyeballing. Sort of light, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, but now who cares? Like, what? Yeah, all right. We're
Yep.
seeing some Dodgy crumble, I believe. Unfortunately, he looks a little lost. Um, hmm.
It's
Going
I think just a little bit of
lamentation, but this line is
overextension
about to
of
get
your bingo
blocked.
threats.
Well, it was in a way it was underextension. Like he put out the threats, and then like instead of using them, he just kind of pretended they didn't exist. Really, like he didn't do anything to steal the Shadow Keep. He didn't push one of the threats. Oh,
Okay.
there
I've never seen
goes
anybody try that
Strump.
jump. Yeah, actually just not utilizing the threats, which I felt like Dragon Hearts would have been like I don't know, like that might have been the first square I went for going south. Like my path would have been the Magma Worm ADM and then the dragon after it, but you also don't want to get sniped, um,
Yeah, I feel like
when it's
Dodgy
clear.
could have been well served by just killing that Jagged Peak Drake as he ran through that area in the first place. So that way, when Strump shows something, he has a bit of split progress on it. So, like, if Strump goes for the block on the column 5, then he can bingo the row 4. If Strump goes for the hearts, then he's been spending time killing dragons more than Dodgy has, and therefore he can go get ahead on the column 5.
Maybe his idea was the row 2, so he grabbed a Grace near the dueling drakes, just in case Strump does Shadow Tree Avatar. He could go back to Bale, but in the meantime, try to sneak Remembrance and Shields. Clearly, I think that's kind of like one of his ideas because he's not pivoting from where he was going.
Yeah, and now it looks like Strump's doing the drop down to the two-headed turtle talisman, which blocks Dodgy's last winning line. So now Dodgy is in a majority game where he has to kill Bale or sneak Shadow Tree Avatar somehow. And Strump is sitting on a dupe with a one square lead. So it is going to be really hard for Dodgy to pull this back out, I think.
I see. I kind of see the ideas like Dodgy's going for here. Like, I think he was going here to force potentially force Strump into Shadow Tree Avatar, since he got Legendary Ash Summon. Strump might believe he has like a lead on two-headed Turtle Talisman. I mean, it's not the case.
Yeah, I mean, one of the problems with Dodgy's decision was when he goes to contest the south that Strump was building, he puts his map at parity with Strump. So whoever pulls ahead on squares is suddenly fighting a really difficult battle. He doesn't have any advantage regions where he can just soak squares to kind of pull ahead on majority while Strump is putting out fires or anything. He just has to like I don't know guess and get lucky that he's gonna snipe Strump a bunch of times. But unless he does, he can't pull back the square deficit. So Strump at this point, with all bingos blocked, he gets to just go dupe and then figure out how he wants to close out this game. Basically, he'll be at 10. There aren't a lot of combos of squares left. There's like everything else is pretty much standalone. There's no synergy between Sentinel Duo, Mesmer, Tower Cross, Sword of Light, Ram, Bale, Shadow Tree Avatar. So it's just going to be
Yeah,
kind of one for oneing the rest of the game, with Strump having a square advantage and neutral map progress on both of them, and Dodgy has to do longer squares. Dodgy has to snipe, and he's got to come up big.
yeah, and as you said, Strump closing out the Duper Remembrance Square. He's just in a commanding position right now. Like Dodgy's only path to victory is literally just sniping Strump a few times, but seeing as he has to block bingos to win the majority game, it's going to be hard to do because
Yeah,
he has to somehow get these squares while also sniping him on presumably the other squares that he's Strump is going to go for.
yeah.
Because
This
Strump's in a
is
position where it's smarter
really
for him to not do the bingo line
yeah,
squares.
absolutely, and it's really smart of
Right.
Strump to just like Dodgy has to do something in row 5, column 1. So either that's bail or that's 2 squares. You could probably assume that Dodgy has some prio and sort of light, so you leave him to that. You leave him to Avatar, and you just start picking off the fastest squares that remain, and then Dodgy's got no mechanism to come to catch back up. So he's gonna go Mesmer. He's probably gonna kill the Lightning Ram, and then it's basically just like by that point, Shadow Tree Avatar's dead, and then it's just kind of cleaning up some combo of either Tree Sentinel duo, Tower Cross, or I guess Baal.
Yeah.
Okay, he's splitting
I
some
could
progress,
see
so
he goes for the rolling giant lightning ram now.
yeah.
It's probably the fastest square he has available to him.
This is a
I
little
could see
dangerous.
him
This is
doing
a
this.
relatively reasonable block for Dodgy to do to try and get a mutually accessible square out of the way in column 1. So, like, Dodgy being here, I think, is a real possibility. And so here, Sci-Fi is, Sci-Fi. Here, Strump is opening himself up to being sniped, I think. But as we can see, it's not going to
Yeah,
happen.
this is my favorite square. I love this square.
This is also my favorite square.
Nothing says skill more than time the like weird like Dance Dance Revolution rhythm game of doing a charged R2 and getting blasted.
Yeah, this is where, like, Bingo and Elden Ring are no longer the same thing. Like, you have to do some just, like, ridiculous task that you would never give the slightest bit of a shit about in actual Elden Ring, but here we are.
Yeah.
we have technology, we have practice, and it's all to kill this goddamn guy right here. Very nice hit. Very nice.
Meanwhile, there's all these lightning bolts. You're standing in water while lightning bolts are raining down on top of you.
Very clean. It's gonna
This
die to
always goes
any
better for other players than it does for me, I've
random
noticed.
strike. There it goes.
Are you serious? Lightning strike finished him off? I could see Strump doing Mesmer and Tree Sentinel duo to close out the game.
Yeah. I mean,
Ah,
again, hypothetically, Dodgy doesn't have back section according to him, so but the Tree Sentinel duo in particular is extremely safe. When Dodgy kills good, let me know if it is not. Well, I guess Sake and DM me or something if it's not.
I'm getting a lot of RIPs and bye-byes in chat, but it looks good to me.
I don't see the chat coming back.
Chat's good. They're all saying we are back.
Okay. Maybe I can close and reopen the chat.
You may just need to refresh your stream in the browser for yourself.
Okay.
Little hiccup.
Yep. Not as clean as yesterday, unfortunately, but all's good. Nothing too catastrophic.
Strump is headed towards Tree Sentinel duo.
All right.
Meanwhile, Dodgy in phase 2 of the Shadow Tree Avatar, and he's doing what I don't see enough players doing, which is
Well, he screwed it up a
kind of
little bit,
like
but, yeah.
leading the Avatar up against the wall for the third like charge attack that he does.
Yeah, definitely. He's also opted not to get fire damage, and the damage looks mid. He's not killed any remembrances, so he doesn't have a pile of dex to his name, so this is almost certainly not worth it to do it this way. I think you would want to grab the wet blade. The weaker you are, the more powerful the fire bonus is. Like, once you're like
Right.
like 60, 70 dex or something, like, doing it this way is completely fine. Save yourself it's still probably less damage, but when you save yourself one less trip to the shop, you get that time back. Oh, God.
Say has informed me that you've left the lobby.
Hilarious, dude. What a fun day. I love all of these technology pieces. They are beautiful.
Yes. Working perfectly. Yeah, so Dodgy having a tougher Shadow Tree Avatar fight in terms of damage, but it looks like he's getting it done. And Strump in the fight with the first Tree Sentinel, just Strump's already killed a Remembrance, but also Strump hasn't like really leveled up. He's sitting on 350,000 runes.
That is true. That is an awful lot, and he's still got the
So
deflect tier in. And 3 skidoo, is that correct?
I haven't seen it in a while, but yeah,
He
he's
just
definitely not as
flashed it,
juiced up
but
as he could
I
be.
didn't quite catch it. Alright. Oh, he didn't get the jump timing. Oh, Dodgy. Okay, he's okay, he's okay, he's okay.
Wow.
Those follow-up explosions are kind of just like a nice timing for your roll spam to dodge them. So if you dodge the first one, partially leveraging the iframes of getting up from being downed, like it's typically pretty safe. But there's Shadow Tree Avatar.
Well done. Well done by Dodgy. That's such a scary moment at the end of the fight.
Yeah.
3 nukes that just can absolutely kill you.
He probably needs to go Mesmer here is the problem. I don't think he has the luxury of taking this sort of light away. Like, he's already got a lot of progress towards it. He needs to be sniping, and I think Sai is probably quite likely to be leaving that to him. Did I say Sai again?
You keep calling Strump Sai.
God, dude. Coffee! Give me that coffee.
Why are you doing this? Look, I wish I was in the semifinals, okay? I wasn't there. I wasn't ready yet.
Alright. 1 square left. Dodgy now knows he cannot go for this sword. He's making the call on the tower cross.
Dodgy is very interesting. That is what Strump is going for. So this is a very much needed snipe if Dodgy gets it.
Yeah, I could also imagine Strump pivoting at like one of these graces and then just killing Mesmer.
Yeah, yeah. In Strump's position, you do probably want to have progress on at least 2 squares. But you could say that doing Tree Sentinel Duo got him Loft Grace, so he has some progress on Mesmer.
Yeah, Dodgy doesn't have Loft, so even once he takes this away, and it kind of looks like Strump is aiming at this Grace, so he's not even going to be wasting that much time doing this. Maybe just the Skidoo? Okay, just the Skidoo.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I mean, if Strump gets sniped here, he probably just goes right to Mesmer. But
Yeah.
It's hard to say, because that's... I mean, Dodgy did Shadow Tree Avatar. You know, he has at least drained the water, has back section, so... The game is not over yet. Dodgy has quite a running section to catch up for Mesmer.
Yeah, I think Strump has to have a bit of a Mesmer disaster in order for Dodgy to catch back up. The only way that would be like normal, like that doesn't involve like a skill issue somewhere, is if Dodgy grabs like Mesmer's Grace or Loft or something and then finishes off the sword and freaking hell, dude. And Strump was full sending the sword that whole time and snipes him on it, and then they have even Mesmer progress. But even so, Strump is more juiced, so he should have he's just splitting the progress. He's doing exactly what he needs to do. So again, barring a Mesmer disaster, we will get to finish off on the Impaler. Bit of a Elash bait comment, but he's not here.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha. Sorry. I'm sorry to disappoint all of the viewers.
Yeah.
I'll leave the Elash Impaler dynamic.
A very different stream today. It's all good.
That's you know, that sacred, hallowed topic that I can't speak on.
He is gonna get seen by Cood here. Oh no. Okay, interesting. Usually
He sneaks by.
I feel like if you sneak that way, that close to the spears, Cood often sees you during the day. It must not be consistent, is all.
Yeah. Thank you, aggro. I'm just not horny enough. I see. It's not a criticism I've ever received before, but I'll take it, I guess.
Well, to be fair, there are few people on planet Earth who are more horny than Elash. And those people are probably wanted by police.
Elash? Oh, you mean Pookie? Yeah, so in terms of the game,
Yeah, we do have a bingo game going on.
Dodgy marking Ballarat Tower Cross is Strump's green light to kill
Yeah,
Mesmer.
yeah. He's got all the time in the world.
I'm still shocked he hasn't like leveled up, or he probably didn't even sit at the Grace for his Skidoo, judging by the fact that he has nearly 500,000 runes.
Yep, still has Deflect here in as well. That takes a little bit of damage. Oh, more damage. More damage. If he dies here, like, a little later into the fight, Dodgy's got a real chance, actually. Oh, like, because he
Yeah.
does have a lot of progress on the sword and more progress on Bale, but Strump has to die at, like, the critical time. And Dodgy
He
has to
has
have a
so
nice
much
fight as
like
well.
Strump has so much money and fragments that
It's
like
true.
sitting down at the Grace is actually a net positive for him. Like he would be melting Mesmer
Yeah, he's showing off a little, maybe.
probably.
Yeah. Alright, second phase. Ritual Shield up.
Yeah, Pepe Jack did a Jack did a workshop on fighting Mesmer in Bingo Club. Many of the more experienced players and coaches have been like extremely helpful for people to get into bingo, and the process of learning DLC bingo is pretty painful because for the most part you're losing all of the first games that you're playing and you're dying to bosses and you don't know where stuff is. But in my experience, everybody at Bingo Club has made it very, very painless to get involved and to learn, and they've all been very helpful and shared as much information as you need and spent countless hours helping new players. So I encourage anybody that's watching, if you want to get into DLC Bingo, join Bingo Club. The people here will help you. I became a better player because of it, and you will definitely pick up a new hobby and community that you will love to be a part of. So I encourage everybody to do that. And yeah, Strump
Preach.
closes out the game with Mesmer. A very well done fight, well played game by both players.
Absolutely. See if Dodgy is gonna keep up his Mesmer fight a little. Keep the screen on. Give these players just a moment to decompress. A very good showing from Strump. Red undefeated, by the way. Just saying. All right. Oh, I can reveal that board. There we go. Okay. All right. Was a very good game from Strump. A lot of back and forth. There were these really dangerous lines. Dodgy recovered from his early game setback in a really compelling way, but just struggled to concoct a mid-game plan. And Strump was able to just pull ahead with some really aggressive plays on the board. Sorry, we are losing Sai while I undeafen people. Sai is gone. I don't know what happened to him, but all right, I'm going to bring in Strump. Hopefully he is ready.
I'm here.
Hello, Mr. Strump. Welcome
Hello.
Strump.
in. GG's. Very well played.
GG's. Thank you.
All right, so we started this game with a base Rao race. How did that go for you? What were you thinking when you lost the Ash summon? Because all of a sudden there was some lines starting to form, and the game got really dynamic and interactive in those early stages. So tell me about that from your side.
Yeah, when I got sniped on Legendary Ash, I was more worried about back section progress and whether I should continue and get a couple more of the route base squares because back section was extremely strong on this board. They had drain, shields, tree scent, dupe, like all those squares. So I wanted to prioritize that. Um, but I didn't recognize the row 4 until it was too late, especially because I didn't have an easy access to a weapon. I couldn't really get the block on Dane easily. Um, so I ran into trouble there. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So you had once those two lines from Dodgy started to develop, you took some time to prep shields and then went pretty deep into south, kind of skipping over the dragon hearts and kind of looking more directly at that Deathrite bird Senesax square as your blocks. The decision to leave those threats as long as you did. Tell me about that, and what was Shields going to give you at that time? Because we had questions about that.
I thought the game was kind of just over at that point, because I thought he was going to do row. He was going to get two hippos and then do sort of late and progress the row, and then he'd be ahead. Um, so I thought I'll try and do a counter row. So I was going to push for row two. Um, and then he obviously got perfumed oil, so then that was pretty scuffed. So I went for the block on Deathrite Bird immediately, and then I'm so far behind. If I went for Dragon Hearts right there, I wouldn't have been able to come back in majority. So I went for a big play on Rolana, and it worked out, and
That
I
was
got my
really
blocks.
exciting, by the way. Congrats on
Yeah,
that play. That was sick. First try too. Really
that might have
cool.
been my cleanest Rolana fight ever.
What a time to have it too. Under pressure in the semis.
Yeah.
Really nice job. Um, in the late game, everything was pretty textbook, just cleaning up squares. Not really a whole lot to speak of at that point. At what point did you think you had brought the game back in your favor? Because you mentioned feeling like it was kind of over in the mid game. When did the tide turn for you?
And I got Dragon Hearts
Okay,
was when it turned because I was still worried about row four, and I knew I
gotcha.
needed to get other stuff before that, before I got it. So when I got that, I felt a lot more secure.
Right on. Sai, do you have questions for Mr. Strump?
No, I just like everything you asked him made sense because I was wondering about the DLC shields too, because it very much felt like Dodgy had you dead to rights, and but the way that you explained how you were responding to both of those bingo lines, because you had column five and row four to worry about,
Yeah.
um, it made a lot of sense the way that you played this, and not a question, but just a comment. Like it was awesome to see the Rolana kill. I was asking Jack before, while you were on your way to Rolana, I was like, what are the odds that we see a Dedekar's woe and perfect deflect counters together? And we were talking about how risky it would be, but that was just beautiful to see.
Not a single misdeflect. It was immaculate. Very well
Yeah,
done.
just a question about that. Are you able to like, do you have to hit Rolana with the deflect counter for it to count, or?
Yes, you do.
Okay, that good. I was thinking of not doing another.
Well, good thing we didn't have to sort that out rules wise. All right, I'm gonna bring in Dodgy. All right, Dodgy, are you there?
Hello.
All
Hi.
right, welcome in GG's Dodgy. Very
Mhm.
exciting game. That was really back and forth for the first like 2 to 3 quarters of that game. You had a bit of a Tioli issue at the beginning, made a really smart textbook adaptation, getting ahead of Strump on the base Row play with that Legend Ash, and then we saw you kind of moving towards Drain, and then you pivoted for the weapon, and then continued back section. What was kind of the thought process behind what you were prioritizing?
Um, yeah, by the way, just real quick, congratulations,
Oh,
Trump.
sorry.
You played really, really well. Just wanted to
Thank you,
say
man.
that, like, you played really well.
Thank you. Yeah,
Um,
you did too.
it it was to try and get the most out of the square that I claimed, because there was, as I thought, a chance that you would go back section as well, and not necessarily immediately follow through into the two-headed turtle talisman after the two-handed sword. And having a ready weapon to go would, yeah, it made sure I could get Dane if I could also get Lord's Pistol if he got Train. It was just to have an aggressive move on that row four, basically.
Did
Either
him marking the two-handed sword inform that decision at all? Because at that point you should know that you're ahead on whatever you want to do, whether that's drain or set up the weapon, because you died, but you got out of there first. Um, but like I guess my question is, when you have that kind of information and the initiative, usually you choose the one that you want the most and seize it rather than split progress. And so I'm curious what led to that decision.
Yeah, I guess I mean I was maybe anticipating a little bit too much a two-headed turtle claim as well, and so with that time, I just wanted to at least have my weapon ready. I to just have advantage on some of the early kills, but it made little it falls a little bit under scrutiny if he also goes down to back section as well, which was strong, and it was the right play for him. And I want was Lord's Bestowal contested?
No.
No. I was
No.
like at the back section grace when he marked it.
Hmm.
By the way, Strum, did you think that he had gone back section, or did you think that he had killed Hippo?
I thought he did. I was not sure though.
Okay. Yeah, that was a good misdirection play. It kept things very mysterious for how that column 5 was going to play out versus the row 4. Um, Speaking of those threats, Dodgy, what was the game plan behind those threats? Because you kind of set them up and then chased Strump on south without really either splitting progress on the threats or like taking away this remembrance power with some combo of perfect deflects, the data card as well, mesmer, dupe, shields on the way. All that just kind of sat there while you contested the same region. So what was the decision? Because I feel like if you were going to go that way, the play to me seems to be to try and contest one of those lines and actually convert it, because neither of them are like forcing him into something devastatingly slow. So they're bingoable lines, but you seemed content to leverage them as time wastes for Strump. What was the decision behind your treatment of those lines?
Yeah, I think there was definitely room for me to be able to play with the Dragon Hearts a lot more aggressively. I think that was a big mistake of mine of leaving them open like that and just leveraging them for time, as you mentioned. And yeah, it was to it was to maybe try to poke enough room to get some of that remembrance synergy. It was I wasn't expecting the Deathrite bird to be killed when it was. I I wasn't really led on fully that he was gonna go in through ADM, but after seeing the early Deathrite bird, I should have responded quicker with the Dragon Hearts while I was busy killing the two hippos.
So you didn't think you sent him in the direction of ADM with those threats? Because it seemed like the common elements, like the thing he needed to do to block both of those, was through ADM. I
Well,
mean,
yeah. Um, yeah. That was, I don't know how to put it. Yeah, I should have realized how much he wanted to be in like post ADM to stop these lines, and then he converted it into lines for himself. I should have, yeah, like
so
either.
sorry,
Sorry,
go
go on.
ahead.
No, but keep going.
Well, so in your mind, you weren't necessarily chasing him. You were just kind of setting up for whatever the resolution of these lines was going to be, and getting to an area of squares. Like you weren't really seeing them as necessarily interwoven with these threats. Is that
I think
correct?
I think in my head I was very ready to full send the column 5, and just
Okay,
seeing the Deathrite bird get taken away, it kind of frazzled me a bit,
fair enough.
in all honesty. Yeah.
Sai, did you have any questions for Dodgy?
Yeah, I was wondering, like, after seeing Senesags get marked, I think the next score you did was two hippos. Is that just like something to kind of get your head back into the game? Because at
Yeah,
the time,
I
like,
generally I was just doing that to give me a bit of time to think while I thought about what I wanted to do next. And yeah, it just frazzled me quite a bit the early like it felt like earlier than I expected the death rate bird. And yeah, it was well played.
okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Do you have any questions for
The
one another?
I guess just like what, if any, like snipes were there?
Um, I mean, drain. I was dropping down onto the rafters when you marked drain about. Like I was looking for it, but I
Okay.
was like half maybe, maybe he's gonna do that.
Right. Okay.
Because I definitely overstayed my welcome when it came to grabbing my weapon. Because I went all the way to three path. I don't know, like to grab the backhand blades into three paths. So it took longer than I should have let it. Um,
So
e- so yeah.
sorry, I think I heard Jack say like you jolly skip issues, but you were rushing cookbooks into row base as well then, originally.
I my initial plan was actually to probably just grab the first cookbook in Rail Base, and then just do Legendary Ash and Two-Headed Turtle for a more aggressive line. And then, maybe if you finish off the cookbooks, and you get the two-handed sword, it's basically just I was gonna play aggressive with the column four, with the
Okay.
legendary ash and the two-headed turtle, and on the way prep the cookbooks, but you're probably gonna take it if you're rushing it. So,
Right. And then did you skip score rep or scorched runes in reprimand then?
yes, I did
Okay.
skip scorched.
Okay. So we
Yeah,
had a
and
similar start. You were just doing. You didn't go for cookbooks. I did. Okay.
no, when I died to T earlier, I didn't do any cookbooks. I
Yeah.
wouldn't have had any time to do it.
Yeah.
Um,
Then what were the two hippos then? Was it Rao and Charos? Or
Yeah, round
oh,
round Sharos. It was like I chose those two because they were just going in the direction of both my lines with
right.
the with Sword of Light and Senesec / Deathrite Bird. I just totally mishandled the Dragonheart square.
Yeah, it's fair.
As soon as you got it, it really turned in your favor. Definitely.
Yeah, it was like the last thing I needed before I could just start cleaning up.
When Shields and Dupe wasn't taken, I was very ready to do a Hail Mary play on row two. Like I grabbed the Lamentation, the Lamenter's Jail Grace, and then I was ready to just kill Rolana as fast as humanly possible.
Right.
And dupe that, grab the Lamentation and force a Shields race, but apparently you prepped Shields, so
Yeah, I
that
had
wasn't
two
gonna
of them.
work.
Yeah.
Um yeah,
Yeah.
I was very shaky. I was very nervous. But
Yeah.
you kept it together very well, especially with the data cars deflect counters. Like,
Yeah, you should watch that
well
back,
played.
Dodgy. His fight was incredible.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like I don't know if it's like adrenaline or some shit, but when I get really nervous, I just start playing insane. It's I don't know. Like I've had this happen in like other
It's
games
a good
where
ability to have.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
All right,
yeah,
guys. That'll probably do it for this match. GG's to you both. We'll be seeing
GG's.
you, Dodgy, versus Chumpalumpa in our third place match next weekend. Every match next weekend is going to be a best of three, so get ready for the long haul. Let's go. And then Strump, congratulations. You are our second grand finalist, and you get your shot to take revenge on the way of bad guy himself. Best of luck to you both in your next games. And yeah, congrats on just a really nice tournament. Really well played. It was a joy to watch this game. This was a really close, exciting one. Could have gone either way at many times. Yeah, thank you so much for playing.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you
Thank you
for
very much,
hosting all
Jack.
this. It's been a lot of fun.
Hell yeah. All
Thanks
right.
for putting this together, man.
Yeah.
All right.
See you
See
around.
you guys later. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye, stream. Bye, chat. Bye, Sai.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye everyone.